Good evening, everybody, ladies and gentlemen. Really, it's a pleasure and an honor for me to receive this award. I want to thank the selection committee and the Deming Center of Columbia for bestowing on me this very important honor. And thanks to Sergio Marchione and to Paolo Scaroni, or the avatar of Paolo Scaroni that is speaking from the screen. Thank you for the comment, but what I really appreciate, both in Sergio and in Paolo, is that we share the same way of thinking about our business. We share the same passion for what we do. We are all Italian, we live a large part of our life outside Italy, but we still consider that to build a great company, you need to be close to your people, to build on trust, to know, to visit, to be close to them. So we all share a very complex agenda. We travel around, we don't meet each other very often, but we have a high respect of each other for what we are doing every day. I want to receive this award on behalf of all of the people that work, first of all in Techint, more than 80,000 people, that every day with strong commitment, a sense of purpose and guidance, are driving this company ahead and are building our future. You know, Techint is really an industrial company. We started from the entrepreneurial spirits of my grandfather back in 1946. He was the same generation as Deming, Edward Deming was. He crossed through 2 world wars, a Great Depression in the 30s, and he had a view that was really based on the value of the industrial company, and this value were preserved over time. Techint as an industrial company mainly started as a pipe producer for the oil and gas industry, and then spread into engineering, construction, steel making, and oil and gas producing. But all comes from the same view and from the same things. It's not a conglomerate. It's a company that grows on knowledge, learn on doing things. Over time, this company expanded, and in the last, I would say in the last 20 years, again, we had a new cycle of growth on a global scale. But if I should think of the success of this company, as an industrial company, I should think of all of the stakeholders that are supportive of our business. An industrial company needs a wide array of support of stakeholders and needed support of them. The shareholder that for more than 60 years supported the continuous reinvestment and growth of the company in different directions. Our employee that really contributed substantially with their professional approach, with their commitment to the building, the everyday building of the company. Our supplier and our client that contributed with their confidence in our capability, the loyalty, and their support. But last but not least, the community in which we have our deep roots. An industrial company needs the support of the community in which we have our operation. We need to grow together with them, and without the support of this community, it would be impossible for an industrial company to deploy all of its potential. All of these stakeholders, I think, are sharing into this great honor that I'm receiving. Let me tell you, in the last 20 years, manufacturing, industrial activities underwent a deep change. The surge of China as a major industrial powerhouse, the last 5 years of crisis, have changed very much the landscape. China, 20 years ago, was producing 5% of the industrial GDP of the world. Today, this figure came up to 20%. The role and the weight on trade increased even more than its weight on manufacturing. This has been it's put a substantial pressure on all of the manufacturing activity in developing, in emerging countries, and in developed countries. And we had to steer through this. On top of this, in the last 20 years, environmental concern coming out from different points of our societies has put a strain on manufacturing. There are opinions concerning manufacturing in our company that are not all in favor. In some cases, we are welcome, but in some other, the footprint that is inevitably associated to our operation is resented by the community. So today, the challenge for industrial activity to compete in this work, to get out as a winning component in this creative destruction, I think lead to a very complex agenda. But in this agenda, I think there is an important space for Edward Deming approach to industrial activity. Like in the Japan after the war, today I think we should get back and make full use of his insight, of his concept in managing competitiveness for our company. The focus on process control, on quality as a center of the activity of the business. The focus on the human being as the factor that really transform any activity. The weight and the role of continuous improvement. The responsibility of us as manager in everything that we do. All of this is contributing and could help us in finding our way into this difficult world. In Tenaris, in Techint, Tenaris is the largest global company of the Techint group. We try to incorporate in our management system as much as we can the concept that were driving Edward Deming insight and his approach to quality, his approach to management of industrial facility. Our strategy, our way of looking at the future for our company is based on product and service development, innovation, industrial excellence, and sustainability of our operation. On this ground, we think we should find excellence and we should make our difference. And in doing this, industrial excellence and quality are the essence of our differentiation. On this ground, we can defend, expand, and grow in our company. And to do this, we should keep in mind the Ming teaching. The question of sustainability, I want to mention this, is today very complex. The community in which an industrial activity takes place requires from us a full accountability, requires that we legitimate what we do every day. We should be fully transparent, accountable for what we do. Safety, environment, attention to education is very important. The value of the company are even more important than what we actually do. Paolo Rocca was mentioning our new investment in Texas. A few months ago, we were looking in the US for a place, for a location for a new mill, big investment, $1.8 billion, a new industrial plant, state of the art. We were visiting different communities, different counties. I had the chance to discuss with the county judge of the place that we finally select as the place, Bay City, Matagorda County, Texas, not far away from Houston. I was in the meeting, I started explaining which was our project, the emission, the environmental impact, the component of this. It lasted 2 minutes. After this, we were talking about values. He was looking at me and saying, Mr. Rocca, I understand everything, but I'm interested in your values. Can you tell me about the value of your company? And so our interaction changed suddenly, and we discussed deeply the value of the Bay City, Matagorda County. They were rural value, he told me. How can we combine our rural value with your industrial value? And if we found that almost all of the value that we were considering for our business were similar and identical to what we were thinking. The confidence on the long-term view for the business, the confidence in education as a way of promote economic progress, social mobility, and grow of the social and economic, in a social and economic sense, of the community. The sense that there is no success for an industrial business unless the community in which it's inserted is also progressing in this. And so we were discussing about these values. I think this is an important component. When we talk about sustainability, I think we should talk about values. Sustainability, if we want to justify our presence, fund our space, support return to manufacturing in the developed countries and in the emerging countries that to some extent sometimes are rejecting this, we should talk about values. Get back to the values of an industrial company, the rational approach to every problem, the no ideological thinking of how to solve a problem, the confidence in the progress that education could bring to everybody, the sense that we can build the progress in full respect of all of our stakeholders. I think these are basic concepts that could lead a return to manufacturing in most of the countries in which we operate at the global level. I think there is a lot of what Edward Deming was saying all along his career in this quest for values in what we do. Thank you very much, and thank you again for this award.